Hey there, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today, we're going to be going over some mail. And I do apologize, I've got a little bit of like a cold kind of allergy thing going on, but we're getting through. We're getting through. So I definitely want to get through some of this mail. This first one, not showing the front, just because I don't want to give away addresses and whatnot. But this one is from Vince, good buddy, sports card ripping teacher up in the land of the Cubbies up in Chicago. And then we have another package here, which is from Cardboard Meditation. I'm going to have a link to both channels below in the description. But let's open this one up first from Vince. And thank you, Vince, again for sending this to me. You didn't have to do this, my friend. And I don't know what all is in here, truth be told. So it's a surprise. And yeah, I'm excited to see what is in here. And, as a side note, I don't get any closer to Wrigley Field than Vince over there at Sports Card Ripping Teacher. And, for anybody who may not know, he also does beer vendoring there during the games. So, yeah, he meets players and awesome fans and the whole bit. And he said the other day, I think it was last week, if I remember right, Vince, correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, he caught a foul ball, which I thought was awesome. Unfortunately, not televised. That would have been epic, but it happened regardless. So, alrighty, let's get to it here. Oh boy. Okay. So Vince sent me several cards, it looks like, and I'm going to take a look at this note first. Okay, yeah, so he says, Ray, thanks for all the great info on Mark Grace. That was why he was my favorite as a youth. I found a couple rhinos. Go Cubs, go! Vince. Amen, brother. Go Cubs, go. And yeah, we were chatting about Mark Grace, and he, if I remember correctly, he had asked essentially why, Mark Grace was, God, I'm trying to remember exactly what it was, but essentially why Mark Grace was like a favorite player or something along those lines. God, Vince, I apologize. I forget the allergy meds, they're kicking in. But yeah, and so anyway, I shared my thoughts. And let's see what we have here. So I do see some cool, really cool rhino action right here. We're going to open that up in a second. That just looks killer. I don't have a rhino card that has any kind of like holographic or, hologram effect. Now I do, thanks to Vince. And then I see another pack here, and it's got a PCA. Always love some PCA, so I'm excited. We're gonna open this up here and see what we can see. All right. So it's got a nice card saver. And we've got, I think it's 2 cards in here, I do believe. So the first one we'll take a closer look at. And it's this guy right here, the Rhino Collector's Series. Limited edition, Ryan Sandberg, Grand Slam. Grand Slam 93, it looks like. And yeah, I can't help it. I'm always looking for the player underneath. It's one of my favorite types of cards. Is that a 34? I'm going to do some digging later. But yeah, anyways, I always have a lot of fun trying to figure that out. So, Rhino. And in honor of Rhino, I'm just going to read this real quick, guys. The Cubs have always been famous for high-scoring affairs, and as one of the Cubs' greatest power hitters ever, Ryan Sandberg has certainly done his share to uphold that reputation. Sandberg, who in '90 became the first second baseman since 1925 to lead the National League in home runs, has delivered 3 grand slams in his illustrious career. Shutout in the slam department his rookie season, he amended the situation his sophomore year, smacking a bases-loaded homer May 31st, 1983 against the Houston Astros in a 12-10 Cubs loss. Sorry, Barry Barry. The Cubs had better luck the next time, as it was Sandberg homer that engineered a 10-8 come-from-behind triumph over the San Diego Padres on September 2nd, 1991. His only 92 slam was offset when Pittsburgh's Jeff King also hit one in a 13-8 Pirates win September 9th, 1992. the only National League game all season in which 2 grand slams were hit. Shame on you, Zach's Collections. So, yeah, awesome, awesome Rhino. I forgot the stand action. How could I do that? I'm just going to blame the meds because it's a very convenient excuse at this point in time. And let's see, the second card that he gave is yet again another Rhino on some epic hologram goodness. As I said before, I do love some hologram action. Yeah, it doesn't come off real good in the camera there, but I can see it, and it is epically cool. So we got Rhino on the Denny's card, Pinnacle 96, Ron Sandberg. Defensive acrobatics like this 94 play made Sandberg the National League Gold Glove record holder at second base with 9 awards for his leatherwork. Such an amazing player to watch. Always so exciting to watch him, Andre Dawson, all those guys, Mark Gray, Sean Dunston, Greg Maddux, could go on and on, Rick Sutcliffe, even Don Zimmer, the head coach, was entertaining, for crying out loud. And yeah, he didn't let anything go by without taking up for his players. Oh man, Vince, I appreciate this. This is so cool. So, all right, we've got the PCA that we mentioned earlier, and that's on the Don Ross, I think, is it 24, is that right? Yeah, 24 Don Ross PCA. And then we've got a 90 Topps Mark Grace, which is very cool. Mark Grace was the, again, topic of discussion, at least to a certain extent. Man, I remember Mark Grace in his rookie years, before I even saw him play, and on TV. But yeah, I think the 88 Don Ross, that was the first time I had seen him. I pulled a rated rookie, and I was like, huh, Mark Grace, who is this guy? And yeah, pleasantly surprised afterwards. So he also threw in, oh man, this is going to be, so it's the Denny's Instant Replay Pinnacle 96 Coca-Cola Full Motion Hologram, 1 card per pack. I am tempted not to open this, but I'm going to anyway. Across the production run, the approximate odds of finding a chase card or instant win card are, okay, blah, 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 blah. Y'all can read that. But basically, the point is that it's not just base cards in here, evidently. There is a chance for other goodness. So join me as we open this pack and see what little treasure resides within. And like I told Vince, I don't have any of these little Denny's cards. Let's see what I'm doing. Okay. All right. So, I mean, I don't know if that's normal, but it's a white background that could just be like a protective card back, which is what my intuition is telling me, just to give support and structure to the pack. Yeah. Okay. So, let's flip around. All right, who do we have here? We've got a Albert, don't call me Joey Bell. Power slugger right there. Looks like number 11 catcher. Joey Bell. All right. Bell blasted the Braves' hopes of finishing the 95 World Series in Game 5 when he knocked his 2-run first-inning homer off 4-time Cy Young winner Greg Maddux. The nerve. Yeah, you knock a hit like that off of Greg Maddux, that's saying you can't have at least some talent or extreme luck to do that off of the professor. And yeah, so the other side of that little card there, it's how to view full motion hologram. So yeah, finding the correct light source, essential. It goes on and on. I think that's kind of entertaining. But anyway, I'll have to review that later to make sure I open it properly. Vince, thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate it very, very much. And we're going to go ahead and get into, like I said below, I'm going to have Vince's link in the description for those that may not know, my more recent subscribers. But yeah, so this next pack is from Cardboard Meditation. Big man over at Cardboard Meditation. I'll have his link in the description as well. And this was, let's see, opening day. He was having a giveaway leading up to opening day baseball this year. And there were prizes, several prizes and drawings that he had. And I was lucky enough to win a prize. So let's see. All right, so he's got, yeah, my name written on there. And golly, it's hard to believe it was that long ago, but yeah, 3/26/26. That was, yeah, March 26th. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and, he has it marked, not on the card, obviously. But yeah, so I'm going to open this good old painter's tape. Undo that. Yeah, and if I remember correctly, I believe it was a pack. It was 2 vintage packs, I do recall, and I think it was either an 81 or an 82 Don Russ pack. And I'm trying to remember what the other one was. It may have been a single card. I'm not sure. I'm trying to recall, but I know I've been excited about it. Okay, so one of them, I do remember this, yes. And I'm really happy to have this in the collection. This is a Ricky Henderson. Getting him out of the sleeve so I can show you guys proper like. Okay, Ricky Henderson right there. I do believe this is an 81 Fleer, I think. Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be 81 Fleer. Ricky Henderson card. Second year card. Legendary Hall of Famer. Amazing player, Ricky Henderson. Thank you very much, Cardboard Meditation. And then the second thing, part of the prize. Let's see here. All right, so this is actually, he included the 81 Don Russ baseball pack, the wax pack itself, which I thought was awesome. Because he opened it live, or not live, I'm sorry. He opened it in his recording. And then he also included a Topps 2007 Flashback Fridays pack. And that may be the rest of the formula for the aforementioned prize. All right. So this must be from the 2007 Flashback Fridays. We've got ourselves David Wright for the New York Mets. Shout out Pastor Ken. Shout out J.F. Kelly's Cave. Miguel Tejada on the Orioles. Oh, wow, we got a Ken Griffey Jr. Look at that. I'm a huge Griffey Jr. fan. For the Reds, when he left Seattle, always loved him. For Seattle, there's a soft spot in my heart for that. But yeah, he went on to the Reds. Derek Jeter, shout out Mr. 95 cents for the New York Yankees. And we've got a Ryan Howard for the Phillies. All right. Now for the 81 Don Russ set, let's see who we have here. Charlie Moore. Tony Perez, outstanding player. Pete Lecoq. Jerry Turner, and I pulled a double here. So Jerry Turner and Tippy Martinez. Kent Tukulv with them Aviators. I don't even know if those Aviators, but I can't. It was signature glasses. I'll call them Signature Tukulv. Dale Berra, son of legend Yogi Berra. Mike Jorgensen on the Cubbies. Oh, I'm sorry, the Mets. Oh, my brain is so scrambled. Gary Maddox. Johnny Bench. There we go. With the Johnny Bench on the 81 Don Russ. Jack Clark, another outstanding player. From the Giants there, Larry Sorensen. Carlton Fisk, another Hall of Famer. Al Bunbury. And I don't have many 81 dollars. Honestly, I think I've got maybe a pack's worth in my collection. Willie Randolph, phenomenal player for the Yankees. John Walkenfuss. Enrique Romo. Enrique Romo. Pat Putnam. And Jeff Leonard, another longtime player. So, that is everything, guys. Again, thank you, Vince, Sports Card Ripping Teacher, so much. Thank you also, Don, over at Cardboard Meditation. The links for both in the description. I appreciate everybody very much. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. And go Cubs go, and I'll talk to you again soon.